In other news, a new Youth Future-Readiness Index has found that while young people in Singapore are confident about their financial skills, most lack essential digital financial literacy compared to their global counterparts. They scored under 60 points on the index, well below the OECD benchmark of 70, putting them at higher risk of fraud, scams, and poor investment decisions. Now, for more analysis, we're joined in studio by Sharifah Mohamed, who is Assistant Program Chair of the Diploma in Business at Republic Polytechnic. Sharifah, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's start first of all with the fact that this is the first time that such an index has been launched. Why now, and what kind of information gap are you trying to close?
So the premise of this index is very simple. We want to know how ready youths are in addressing emerging challenges to do with sustainability efforts and rapid digitalization in the delivery of services. We know that a lot has been done on the policy and the government level, but we're not sure how it translates on the ground. And so we would like to, as educators, carry out this sensing effort to help us address any emerging gaps. And we do this in collaboration with our industry partners. And we're very glad to have a partner in CGS International, a partner in the financial space, to help us kickstart this index. So this index is designed to be expandable, to address emerging issues as they come. But for now, we start with sustainability and digital financial literacy.
Now, zooming in on digital financial literacy, one of the interesting findings here is that youth scored 56.7 in digital financial literacy. That's far below the OECD benchmark of 70. Why is the score so low in Singapore?
We need to look at the figure within a broader context. So this digital financial literacy score has been tracked across about 40 countries. And the range is as low as 38 to as high as 71. So in this case, Singapore youths, they really lie at the midpoint between this range. And for comparison, Singapore youths actually did better than countries like Finland. Yeah, so we need to put that in perspective. But of course, this doesn't mean it is business as usual. We do need to learn from countries like Hong Kong, who has managed to pass the score.
Yeah, the study has also come up with another interesting finding, which is that those who are most interested in cryptocurrency actually have a lower score when it comes to digital financial literacy. That sounds somewhat contradictory, but can you enlighten us on what the dynamic is here and what kind of risk does it pose for the next generation?
Sure. So when we understand that crypto assets is one of the financial instruments that youths dabble in. And it's really part of their effort to actually, part of their growth and diversification financial strategy. So it's one of the many options. But in this case, it needs to match up with awareness. And it also needs to match up with research and awareness on the risk involved. So this is where youths need to be a bit more particular about, because this is essentially a time-honored tradition in investment. It's nothing new. And we worry that in this age of generative AI, when you can generate solutions in just mere seconds, that youths may misperceive crypto assets as a fast track to growing wealth. And this is the last thing that we want. And this is a challenge for educators in dealing with this evolving landscape. And we're working more closely than ever with our financial partners, institutions, to see how we can adapt accordingly.
Now, another area as well that's come up is green finance. The Singapore government has made it a national priority. But if we look at the numbers here, just over 1 in 10, that's 13.5%, show an interest in ESG products. What is the gap and discrepancy here?
So just to bear in mind that this survey captures the personal preference of youths when it comes to financial products. So ESG is one of it. But when we put it in the bigger context of preferences in ESG products, in our conversations with industry partners, there is an additional layer that potential investors need to consider when they purchase these products. ESG terminology is one, where they're not so sure what it is, and the complexity in the way the products are structured. So from the educator perspective, it's really up to us to keep up the sustainability messaging and to also push for more clarity in how these financial instruments translate to environmental and social impact.
Another finding here that I personally found quite interesting. Women outperform men in financial knowledge, but they're also more risk averse. Can you break that down for us?
Okay, so from our study, female youths, they scored higher in digital financial literacy score than the male youths, but they are more risk averse, meaning they are more likely to invest in traditional products like savings, whereas male youths, they are more adventurous in dealing with a broader range of financial products, including cryptocurrency and even ESG products. So, and yet, they're less likely to carry out verification steps when it comes to digital financial products. So, in this instance, when we want to, I guess, this really calls for more customization, catering more to the financial, the risk appetites of the potential investor, and also to address the level of awareness. And there is scope for innovations in, for example, technology that helps potential investors red flag certain risk elements when they consider these products.
And this survey result definitely gives us a good foundation from which to work on as well with the youth. Thank you so much, Sharifah, for coming in today and sharing your insights with us. I've been chatting with Sharifah Mohamed, who is Assistant Program Chair of the Diploma in Business at Republic Polytechnic.